So, welcome to the sorting part of this course, and in this section we're going to be looking at how sorting, this phase of the life cycle, is really key to achieving a circular economy for textiles. So, around 650,000 tonnes of unwanted clothing are collected annually from charity shop donations, from door-to-door collections, car park clothing banks, schools, etc., etc. So all of these textiles need to be sorted and treated so that they can be diverted from the waste stream in the most appropriate way. So as we've seen in other parts of this course, a key part of achieving a circular economy for textiles is to avoid contamination between different resources. So in the design phase, this can be done through monomaterial design as we've seen, but in the sorting phase, it's all about extracting as much value as possible from the waste streams. So the quality and the efficiency of the sorting process is really key to ensuring that the model is economically and environmentally sustainable over time. Every time someone touches something, it adds cost and reduces the profit that can be made from the material in its second life. So clothes will arrive in big trucks from brands and charities, and they'll then need to be sorted in many different ways, and this will depend on the markets that they're destined to. So the first distinction to make is between wearable and non-wearable garments, which need to be sorted for either reuse as clothes or possibly for reuse or recycling as materials. So garment waste can be sorted in up to 250 categories, from resale of jeans in London vintage stores, for example, all the way to shredding for insulation, or looking at export, as we'll see in the next section. So the idea is to have all these materials sorted so that they can be very valuable input for their next life, depending on what stream they're going to be going into. In the current system, waste garments are sorted by low-pay but highly skilled workers who can really quickly recognise what type of fibres are in a garment just by touching it and can sort it in that way. So an example of a very successful sorting company is ICO. ICO have every single item received sorted manually and characterised in their facilities. So in this case, it's based on up to 350 factors. And it's done according to a waste hierarchy in which reuse comes before recycling. So ICO works with their selected certified partners to work towards sorting all this waste so that it can be reused for as high value as possible. Another approach as part of sorting for a circular economy is to reduce the cost and improve the quality of sorting. So the industry is looking at opportunities in automation. So this might include technology like RFID tags, which can help the recycler identify automatically what each garment is, and so that can be sorted automatically also. Some challenges do exist with RFID tags in terms of their own recyclability and how they might lose information through being washed, and they might be damaged in the use of the garment. But the industry is looking at solving these issues so that this technology can be effective to increase the efficiency of recycling. Another technology that is showing promises of making recycling less labour-intensive and more reliable is near-infrared scanning, or NIR. The FiberSort project and the machine that is the FiberSort can scan garments as they pass on a conveyor belt, and they can automatically push them into the different boxes for the different types of categories. This can be done according to types of fibres, even including mixes, which are all recognised based on some models that the scanner holds inside its sort of database. One really exciting thing also about the FiberSort machine is that it would be able to see the difference between a knitted garment and a woven garment through the scanning, which gives us really important clues as to how this type of product might be disassembled, shredded, so that it can be recycled into new fibres. So with sorting, essentially, all the clothes that are collected from multiple different sources are all centralised and arrive in big trucks and recycling facilities. They then go onto huge conveyor belts which are then either manually or automatically in like the near future sorted into multiple different boxes. And these boxes will hold the type of garment waste that is seen as being potentially most suited for a specific market. The highest value categories are the ones in which the products can be resold at the highest value. So these might include jumpers that can be reused in vintage sales, or jeans, which are also like a very popular second-hand garment choice. Then going down, different categories will include garments that can be recycled as rags, for instance, so that they can be cut up and used for cleaning in different types of industries. And then going further down are the categories of garments and fibres which will need much more processing to actually be recovered for their next life. So these are the garments that will be chopped up and potentially mechanically recycled, or maybe go into a chemical recycling process.